All right, what's up, Ben? We're doing a test audio right here. So let's get right into this. We're going to share our screen, screen number one. Hit share. Oh, gotta move this thing up here. There we go. All right, there's the Facebook page. Or boom, right here. Let me expand this, put it back down, bring it back up. Hopefully this isn't lagging. We're going to start the webinar. We're going to do a test run on this. Boom, boom, boom. Exit this. We're going to go back here quickly. And hopefully the audio is good, everything like that. All right, this ends the test call. So we are going to mute All right, this is an audio test. Test 1, 2, 3. Audio test.
I'm trying to see. Would you handle it if I keep all the men? You said it look up for a while now. So we're hoping I'm telling you so dark. Would you act like there's nobody around? You can say it look up for a while now. So we're hoping I'm telling you so dark. You can act like there's nobody around. But all you gotta do is tell me how I want you to.
We're live. What's up? What's going on? We're still there. It's okay. We got multiple camera angles going for this.
Okay, so we're right here.
Yep.
Okay, can I turn this off?
Let's give it another minute. Let people
We
power
got a
in.
lot of people hopping on right now.
Yeah.
Perfect. What's going on, guys? Welcome on. Benjamin Otini, Matthew Rude here. Really excited to get everything rocking and rolling tonight with this webinar.
We'll get started here shortly. We had a lot of good feedback from the last webinar, so we're excited for this one. We're going to get through this whole thing now, and everything's running smoothly, so it's going to be a good evening.
Absolutely. No more technical difficulties on our end. Actually, it wasn't even our end. It was just the technology that it was their fault.
Technology. It's a good Labor Day. Everyone probably had the day off. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Got some sun. Did something fun.
Absolutely. There was way more people at the apartment pool today
Oh yeah.
than any other Monday.
Usually on Mondays it's dead, but today it was packed.
Usually we're the only ones there on Monday. Typically Monday, we're the only ones hanging out.
All right, so hey guys, let's do this. If you are on the webinar right now, you can hear us. Go to our Facebook and simply like and comment that post real quick. We're going to give it another 60 to 120 seconds to let a few more people pile in. We're going to get this thing started.
Nice. You got people hearing us. Oh, tell them about how they can communicate with us too or ask us questions, because we do have people's questions and comments coming in.
Perfect.
We do see that.
Looks like Mr. Sloan already figured it out. But yes, there is a link in there's going to be a little icon, a Facebook Messenger icon. You can click on that, log into Facebook, and send us a message. We have it pulled up live right here, so we'll be able to see that message whenever you send it to us.
Absolutely. And we will be doing a little bit of a Q&A afterwards. At the end, do you want to do a little Q&A?
We'll see what time it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we may or may not do a Q&A at the very end of everything. So just while you're paying attention, write down questions, right?
Or if you have the Facebook Messenger set up, go ahead and send it to the Facebook Messenger. That way we'll see it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
you'll have to set up.
We'll make some comments. Read those comments real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get started here.
Excited for the webinar. You guys look great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Build my confidence up right there. I needed that.
Perfect.
They're excited for you, Matt.
Hey, everyone, check that notification tab real quick. Looks like we got some people that are commenting.
This one right here?
No, right up there in the actual Facebook notification. There you go.
Those are comments on a post.
Yeah, I just told them to go comment on that post.
Oh, they're commenting.
Yeah.
Pull that up?
Yeah, go ahead and pull that up real quick.
I didn't even see. My bad, man. I didn't even hear you tell
That's
them
all
to do
good.
that.
It's all good.
What'd you tell them to do? You wanted to tell them to go?
Yeah, just make sure they can hear us okay. Comment on the post, everything like that.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Boom.
Who do we got there?
It's up and running.
Kelly, Devin.
Perfect.
Appreciate you guys. Anybody and everybody else, let us know.
All right, guys, we're about to get this thing on the way, get this thing started. So with that being said, welcome. Happy Labor Day. Hopefully everyone had a fun day, no matter what you did. If you had to work, I apologize. You got some sun. That's great. Spend some time with some family, friends. We worked today. We went out. We had some fun. We rode some skateboards, things like that. But we were thinking this morning, we're like, hey, today might be a good day to host a webinar. So we made that Facebook post. We got about 60 comments, people asking for this webinar.
Last night we were really upset because we were doing the webinar the other night, and we had had people. The technology was messing up, and so we know a lot of people were having there was a lot of people who weren't able to get on, but it was weird because everybody was using the same link, but it was working for half the people and the other half it wasn't. So we were sitting there like, how are we going to follow up on this?
Well, we're here now.
Yeah.
We're here now. This is why we're here. So.
Well, yeah. And honestly, we thought Labor Day was the best day because nobody does anything on Labor Day, right? It's not like we're hanging out or doing anything. But yeah, hey, we got people telling us, we got people tuning in from California, New Mexico. We got people coming in from Alaska right now, Maine. And wherever you're tuning in from, you can let us know through that messenger board on there. But
perfect.
Here we are, round two.
Round two. I like it. All right, so let's go ahead and kick this thing off. It is 8:03. The majority of people should be on the call right now. So welcome, guys. Matthew Root here with my friend Benjamin Notini. We're going to take some time, share some information. Benjamin's going to be going over some Facebook stuff, social media networking. I'm going to be covering the financial side. So with that being said, let's go and hop right into this. I'm going to share my screen. So our faces are going to go away temporarily, but we're going to get right into the training. So let's do this. Share screen, number one. Go on down here. Boom, good to go. Again, hi, Ben.
Welcome. Welcome everybody to the webinar. We're excited that you got the opportunity to join us tonight. Obviously Benjamin Notini here with Matthew Root, and you can follow us on Instagram down there off those little at symbols. We always provide value on all social media platforms, but we're excited to hop right into everything.
Perfect, guys. So listen, what we got in store for you today, what will you learn today? So we're going to be covering two major topics. Topic number one is how to grow your business by expanding your network using social media. And Benjamin Notini is going to be going over this. And nowadays, we all experience the power of social media, and we've all seen how businesses can take off and skyrocket through using social media. And from that, there have been new industries that have been created from social media. And this is still a very new technology. So he's going to be covering that. And I'm going to be talking about how to take control of your money, save on taxes, and build a financial foundation that you can grow to the multiple seven figures. So again, we're excited to share this information. It's kind of two topics that we're passionate about. So we're going to get right into this. All right. The goal for this evening is very, very simple. So number one, turn your social media into a lead generating machine. We all know that for your business to work, you got to have leads coming in. So if you can turn your social media into a lead generating machine, it's going to make your business easier and allow you to grow it quicker. Number two, take full control over your money and have it working for you. There's a difference between you working for money and money working for you. The latter one is definitely the way to go. And lastly, strategically save on taxes. Keep more money in your pocket, because the majority of people on here are small business owners, network marketers, or they're looking to pursue one of the two. So that last topic is going to be very key. Basically, everything you know to build your business and take control of your money. So what you're going to see: how to expand your network using social media, how to create respect, trust, and rapport online, how to increase your engagement for your content. That's a very valuable thing right there. And basically how to create conversations with potential recruits. So if you can turn someone who has seen your content into a potential recruit and then into a customer, that is the end goal here. And on the flip side, when it comes to finances, we're going to be talking about how to set up your financial foundation. Everything starts with a strong foundation. So we're going to really be hitting on that, how to pay less in taxes and keep more money in your pocket. That's a very, very valuable thing right there. The best way to take control of your finances so money does not simply slip away.
Now, we both know what you guys are thinking. This sounds absolutely nuts. You're telling me that in this 1 hour webinar, you guys are going to be able to go over all those topics and really teach me how to do this? Well, here's the deal. By the end of this webinar, you're going to be telling Matt and I that this is not only reasonable, but it's actually doable for you to get rocking and rolling in the next 30 days. And so here's the game plan.
This is what we're going to do. So Ben is going to first train on, how to build your business using social media. And then I'm going to come in towards the end and I'm going to share with you the financial side, the tax side, all that stuff. So essentially, this is mapped out like this. Ben's going to come on here and teach you how to build your business, so how to generate more income into your life. And I'm going to be touching on the latter half, which is what are you going to do with that income? How is that income coming in? How can you save on taxes and things like that? And then we do have an exciting announcement at the end. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into this. So I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, Benjamin Notini. Now, let me tell you a little bit about him before he starts. I've known Ben for over 2.5 years now. I consider him one of my best friends. And listen, he's built a network marketing business to where in 1 month, over 1,000 people have came into his business. And he's done this month after month. He's a public speaker. You know, he's trained on topics just like this in audiences of over 10,000 people, and became the youngest person in his company, a 45-year-old company, to achieve this top rank. And ladies and gentlemen, the title for his training this evening is Your Net Worth is Your Network is Your Net Worth. So Benjamin, pass it over to you.
Matt, I appreciate that, man. I really got to bring you everywhere I go and have you introduce me to everybody like that all the time. I would appreciate it. Well, here we go, guys. So the first thing I want to talk about in this training is the most important metric in your business is the number of exposures you create. Okay, this is also referred to as planting seeds. You probably have heard that many times. You know, we plant seeds here, and it's not about how much you harvest, it's about how many seeds you plant. You know, you want to focus on activity and not results. That is one of the biggest secrets to having massive success inside of this industry, because we all go through periods of time where we're not getting the type of results that are desired. And so it's not about the results, it's about the activity. It's about what you're doing on a day in and day out basis. You can't control whether or not somebody signs up right here or right now, but what you can control is your next step and your next move. And so this is a massive secret for the proper mindset to be successful here. Now, since exposures are the most important metric to track, continually building your network is the most important skill set to learn. And that's me saying this, right? You know, I genuinely and truly believe that is, you know, we do not want to convince anybody to join our business. We don't want to sell anybody on our business. We want to show people what we're doing, and we want them to make the decision that this is something that they want to be a part of. And for that to be the best way to build this, we just have to go through a lot of people. And so if we can continuously build a network and never run out of people to talk to, we can build our business with just such a better peace of mind and have such a better mindset about what we're trying to do here. Your network truly is your net worth. Now, how do I build a network online using Facebook? So I'm going to be teaching a lot about that topic right here, right now. And before I jump into that, I always like to give, you know, evidence or proof that what I'm teaching you is going to work and has worked in the past, right? And, you know, if it's worked before, it can work for you, right? So look at this. This is a post that I made in December 24th, 2014. Nearly 4 years ago, I made this post. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it is a positive, you know, post similar to the content that I produce today. You know, I've just being, uplifting, inspiring, motivating, the same types of things I'm trying to do in today's day. And so, but check this out. There's 6 likes and 1 comment. 6 likes, 1 comment. Not a lot of engagement, not a lot of traction, right? But this was early on in my network marketing career when I realized that it was important to build a social media brand. And this was early on when I decided I was going to do that. And I just want you guys to see where I started. Now, check this out. 6 likes, 1 comment, right? This is this exact same post. And I put this up one day last week. And within 24 hours, I had 122 likes, 9 comments, and 5 shares. I copy and pasted the exact same post, all of the grammatical errors included, and there were a few. Okay, and look at the difference in the results from almost 4 years ago. So I just throw this out there to let you guys know that regardless of where you're at right now, even if you're very, you know, as a beginner, maybe you haven't even started yet, you too can change your destination inside of this arena, you know, moving forward. Now, let's talk about some skills. First, I'm going to talk about build your audience. Now, Facebook lets you have 5,000 friends. You want to max that out. And the reason why this is so important is because, let me just give you this analogy. if you're fishing in a pond with 1,000 fish, right? And right next to that pond, there's a pond that's the exact same size, but there's 5,000 fish in it. Which pond would you rather fish in? Which pond are you more likely going to catch something, right? It's that simple. It's just the refined study of the obvious, right? So you want to max out your friends list. Now, let me show you my #1 technique for doing this. And I'm actually going to exit out. I'm going to exit out of the screen share here, and I'm going to go down into Safari, and I'm going to actually pull up my Facebook page. Now, here is my Facebook page, right? Perfect. Now, check this out, guys. I'm going to go to somebody like Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas is an incredible motivational speaker, somebody that I have a lot of respect for, inspires a lot of people. And I'm going to go over to his page right here. And on his page, I'm going to look at his first post. And I'm going to see, there's a list of 278 people here who are interacting with the video that Eric Thomas posted. Now, I know what kind of person Eric Thomas is, and I know what kind of people interact with Eric Thomas, people who want to do more, be more, and have more in life. So this is a list of people right here that I could add to my network, and I know that they are already more motivated, inspired in their own life. And so these are the kinds of people I'm looking to partner up with. So I simply click this, right? I come here and let's look at this list here, list of people. This guy right here, Arthur Mitchell. Ooh, look at that cover photo. Mr. Motivation. Okay, so I'm going to click on this guy's link right here. Now, check out this guy's post. His cover photo says Mr. Motivation with a microphone, okay? He says, I'm a husband, father, speaker, author. My main focus is to inspire, change, and transform lives. This is definitely a guy I want to connect with, so I'm going to add him as a friend. Okay, and I'm going to go from there. Now, it's that simple. Doing that 10 to 15 times a day, right, and associating yourself with awesome people, that's all it takes. Now, let me pull back up our PowerPoint here. Perfect. And let's talk, now that so basically, use that to build your list, build your audience that way. Okay. Now also be active in Facebook groups, provide value, and be consistent with interacting with others. And those are all things that are going to help you build your audience. Now let's talk about creating respect, trust, and rapport with your audience. Okay. Step #1, create conversations with your friends list and track these conversations. Now let me show you exactly what this looks like. Okay. It's this simple to start a conversation. Here I am, back on Facebook. I just added this guy, Arthur, and I'm just going to message it. I'm going to say, hey, Arthur, you know what? Hey, Arthur.
Oh, screen share went away. Hold on one second.
Screen share went away.
What you doing over here, Ben?
I don't know.
There we go.
Sorry about that, guys. It's that simple, right? But all I'm going to say is, hey, Arthur, I love your cover photo. Where are you from? That simple, that easy, conversation started, and go from there. Now, let me get back into this. Now, it's that easy to create a conversation. It's that easy to make a connection with somebody. And tracking that conversation, if you do that 10, 15 times a day, you are building a network of people where you are not going to run out of contacts to expose. Now, when it comes to creating respect, trust, and rapport with the audience, you want to provide value with the content you create. I'm talking about your posts, your stories, your Facebook Lives, and the comments you leave on other people's posts. You want to provide value everywhere you go. If people are getting value from your post, they're going to keep coming back for more. Be real and be transparent. There's so many people out there being fake. There's so many people who are the entrepreneurs. Just share your story, be honest about your struggles and your trials and your tribulations and how you're overcoming them. And people will respect you more for that. They'll trust you more because you're honest and open. Become a better person in real life and document it. Be somebody worth following. That is one of my biggest tips. And I know that might not be what some people want to hear, but just become a better person in real life. Read more books, listen to more audios, volunteer, do things to help other people, right? Maybe you just need to crack down and work harder and hit more of your goals and just become somebody worth watching. Become somebody worth talking to or following or listening to. Now let's talk about increasing your engagement. Like and comment on other people's posts. Like attracts like. If you're looking to increase your engagement, the first place you can start is by interacting with other people in your friends list content. Their Facebook lives, their stories, their posts. Get involved, interact with them. If you like their stuff, they'll like yours. Number 2, post a minimum of 1 story per day. This is a little bit harder to do if you're on a desktop, but from the mobile version, the mobile app, adding a story is very, very simple, very easy. And what it does is this actually pops the story up, and people actually see your story, will now opt into your personal page, and it's more people are just going to be, there's more traffic that's going to drive to your page. Now, reply to comments on your posts and Facebook Lives. Now, this is massive. A lot of people who already have a lot of, they already have an audience and they're already getting a lot of engagement, but they don't interact with the people who comment on their stuff, right? Because they just think that they've made it. And guess what? Even Gary Vee, you know, somebody who is probably more well-known on social media than any person, you know, that I even know, right? Even Gary Vee is personally replying to people. So don't just reply to people, but look to start conversations, because when you start conversations and they reply with another comment, each comment that is put in that post is like traction. It's like the post is gaining traction on the Facebook algorithm, and it's going to post it up to the top of the news feed so more people see it. And build a relationship with people who love your content. Create raving fans. You know, the people who really are inspired and motivated by the content I'm producing, I make it a point to create a stronger relationship with them, because these are the people that I'm able to really inspire and motivate and impact on a bigger level, because they relate so much to what I'm saying and who I am and what I'm putting out there. And so I create a relationship with those people. I get to know who they are. Those people become raving fans of mine and friends. And guess what? They also are more motivated to help me build my brand and get my message out there than anybody else. So I appreciate those people. And so they become some of my best friends. Now, let me explain to you why you need to start doing this right now. And this is something I actually was watching Gary Vaynerchuk. His social media name is Gary V. You can search him up on Facebook, Instagram, or anything like that, or Google, right? But I was watching him speak on stage in front of about 10,000 people at a conference in Australia about a month ago. And he was talking about how everybody is taking what we have right now in front of us for granted. Everybody is taking this social media thing for granted. And a lot of people are going to be upset that they did, because this is not going to be around forever. You're not going to be able to do this as easily as you can today forever. And basically what he wanted people to understand is that right now, big companies are still spending billions of dollars on advertisement for commercials and magazines and billboards and things like that. And very soon, companies like Coca-Cola and Mercedes-Benz and Ford, they're going to realize that nobody's watching commercials. Nobody's looking at billboards. Nobody's, clicking banner ads, right? So they're going to start investing all their money into social media. They're going to start trying to get in front of the eyeballs, and everybody's eyeballs are on social media. And so when those companies start dumping billions of dollars into their advertisement campaigns, it's going to be much harder for you to compete against that kind of money to get in front of your fans and get in front of your audience and create a brand for yourself. So don't take this time frame for granted, and put this information to use to build yourself a solid network online that you can have, influence inside of for years and years and years to come. Now, that's, the root of my training right there, pun intended. But what I want to do now is I want to introduce our next trainer, my friend, Matthew Root. This kid is incredible. And I don't mean to call him a kid, but he is still only 21 years old, right? And what he's been able to do in his early years of life is absolutely incredible. He started his first business in high school. It was an ATM company where he literally, in high school, this guy has people paying him $2 every time they use one of his ATMs. That's all over. Or $3, as he corrected me. People paying him $3 every time they used one of his ATMs that were scattered all throughout Charleston and North Charleston. He's generated over 7 figures from his online e-commerce businesses. These stores that he set up by himself from scratch. And he's dedicated the last 4 years to building his businesses and studying finances. And he didn't put, this isn't on the slide, but one other thing he's done is he's come into the network marketing industry on top of building all of his businesses, and he's created a part-time $50,000 a year income through his network marketing company. And so for most people who come into network marketing and, put a lot of time into it and they still don't have the same results that he's been able to create on even a part-time basis. So I'm going to throw it over to my friend Matthew and let him take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Ben. That was some good training. I was taking notes. I learned some stuff there. So, guys, I'm excited. Let's get into this. We're going to be talking about money, which, as many of you know, it's my favorite topic. So let's talk about the money. Show me the money. That's what we're going to be talking about here. So we're going to have some fun. My goal is to share some tips that I have picked up that have really made a massive impact on not only my personal finances, but also my business finances. And when I put this training together, my mindset was this: okay, if I have, 15, 20, 25 minutes to share with people what I believe the most important things are in finances, what are they? And this is what I'm about to go over. So these next couple slides are what I believe to be a great start on what you need to know about finances and how you can improve them moving forward. So let's get right into this. So let me ask you this: what is the number one rule for your personal finances? And most people don't know this, but it's simply pay yourself first. So if you read The Richest Man in Babylon, that is the number one thing that they talk about. All the financial books that I've read, they all talk about this concept of paying yourself first. But why do the majority of people neglect to follow this rule? Well, it's very simple. You see, they don't truly understand the long-term positive effect that it's going to have on them, or they don't have a streamlined way to apply this golden rule. So basically, it's kind of like, you know that you need to do something, but if you don't have an easy way to do it, the odds are you're not going to do it. So I'm going to help you. Set up your finances in a way to where you can almost automate this completely. And it's going to allow you to start paying yourself first, and you won't even have to think about it. So let's get into this. So when you start paying yourself first and you combine that with compound interest, that's where the real magic happens. Einstein said compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. So again, one of the main concepts I want to give to people is the fact that, listen, start paying yourself first. That way you can start using time on your side to start having your money compound. So I put this together, and this is a very simple example of what happens if you simply take $250 per month, not much money at all, $250 per month. And listen, if you don't have an extra $250 per month right now, here are your options. One, you can lower your living expenses. I don't suggest you do that. I suggest you go out there and figure out a way to make $250 more per month, because we're not trying to lower our, living expenses and, be super frugal and lower our lifestyle. You want to have an abundance mindset, but it's $250 per month. So, go to Goodwill, buy some stuff there, sell it on eBay, go drive for Uber, find out how you can do this. But basically, $250 comes out to $300 per year. So if you invest that, and you get a 10% ROI, ROI, return on investment. So if you, for example, if you were to put $100 in and you get 10% back, you're gonna make $10 for that year. So a very, very low ROI. Over the course of 40 years, that turns into $1.4 million. So let's look at this, all right? So you have literally decided to make the commitment, $250 per month for the next 40 years. So you have personally put $120,000 of your own money in there. But like, Einstein said, 8th wonder of the world is compound interest. The amount of money that you're making off interest is just under $1.3 million. So you have turned a $120,000 investment into $1.4 million because you were patient, you gave it time, and you stuck with this. So again, this is a outstanding philosophy, because not only does this apply with money, but this also applies in most areas of your life. You can compound information, you can compound knowledge, you can compound, your exercise, things like that. So really have this concept grilled down. So what happens if you increase it $500 per month? So that would be $6,000 per year. Still not much money. This $500 is the amount of money that anyone can really do as long as they make the commitment and make it happen. And two, little side note, you should always be working on increasing your income. So, an extra $500 a month putting in here is a lot to you. You need to go work on increasing your income because it's going to make your life a whole lot better. But anyway, same example, 10% ROI invested over 40 years. It turns into $2.8 million. Your money invested, $240,000, earned from interest, $2,559,000 is what you earn from that interest. Now, after you see this, there's no excuses for, when you're ready to retire, as long as you have the time. And if you don't have the time, you have to make it up with adding more money, obviously. But, if you're young here, you have no excuse to not be retired a multi-millionaire. So let's see what happens when you 10X this to $5,000 per month. This is where it gets extremely exciting because I know a lot of you on the call are shooting for higher incomes, over $20,000 per month. And by doing that, you can then partake in an example just like this. So $5,000 per month, $60,000 per year invested at 10%, exactly the same example. Over 40 years, it turns into $28 million, people. $28 million is what that is going to turn into. So you have put in $2.4 million and you have earned there's a little typo here, but you've earned just $25 million in freaking interest. That is absurd. $2.4 million you put in, you got $25 million in interest, and you have an ending balance of just under $28 million. That is crazy. So, all right, let's back it up and let's use the small example of $500 per month commitment. So let's say, you decided, hey, every single month I'm going to take $500, I'm going to invest it into, a vehicle that earns me 10%. I almost got ahead of myself because I'm going to go over that here in a second. But you're ready to retire. It's 40 years later, and you want to start living off that money. Now, first off, a lot of people say, hey, build up this retirement account. That way you can live off the retirement account. No. You build up this retirement account. That way you can live off the interest and the returns that account gives you. You never live off the principal, only the interest, okay? So you have $2.8 million, and at a 10% ROI, at a 10% return, that's going to bring you $280,000 per year. Now, we all have to pay taxes, but there's something very interesting because, taxes are different for different types of income you have. If you're out there working a job, you're getting taxed differently than if you're making money off, let's say, dividends or capital gains. So the rule of thumb when it comes to investing is short-term capital gains. So if you basically buy a stock and sell it within 1 year, you're going to pay whatever income bracket tax that you fall under to. But if you hold that stock for over a year, that turns into a long-term capital gains tax, which is 15% for the majority of people. Now, if you're in the highest tax bracket, so if you're making over $500,000 per year of realized income, then this thing goes up to 20%. But still, 20% is a way less than 40% or 39.5%, one of those higher tax brackets. So that still comes out to $238,000 per year, $19,000 per month, $4,500 per week, or $652 per day. And let me make something clear. This is solely off the interest that your money is gaining. So you are not going to work for this money. Your money is out there working and you are getting the return. So this is what it looks like after you do that. So now you see the benefits, but how can you start doing this yourself? That is the real question here. Because, this is all great in theory, but for it to work, you actually have to take action. You can know all this stuff, but if you don't apply it, what's the point? So here's exactly how to have full control over your money and automatically start investing. That way you can automate to pay yourself first and simply get a grasp on your finance. So number one is to build your foundation. Step number one, building your foundation. You build a house, if you build a building, you got to have a strong foundation. That is key. So let's get into this. Now, you may have seen this diagram. This might be new, but let me quickly run through this diagram. So essentially, each one of these boxes represents a different checking or savings account. So I'm going to be talking about how to automate this, but first, let me teach you how to set up your finances in a way that gives you not only more control, but more organization. And simply put, it's going to allow you to track and set your goals easier. So we have a business checking account over here. So, you're going to be depositing your income, commissions, and checks from everything that's basically not a W-2 income. So if you have a business, if you work from 1099, if you work off commission, you're going to put those checks into this one business account. This business account is designed to collect your checks and transfer to other accounts, nothing else. Okay, it's a very simple account. You deposit money in and you're going to see transfers going out. You're not going to use the debit card. You can basically cut that up. You're not going to be doing anything else but transferring money out. So first, you're going to transfer money to your financial freedom account. Now, minimum 10%. But people, I really highly recommend doing way more than 10%. Try to get it up to 20, 30, maybe even 40%. I know people that they literally live off 5% of their income. So start with 10% and go up from there. You're automatically going to transfer anything that comes into that business account, that checking account, into that financial freedom account. Number 2 is your tax account. So, you got to pay to play. It's part of the game. So basically go ahead and just, transfer 20% into this tax account. And at the end of the year, let's say you have more write-offs and you don't actually have to pay all 20%. Great. You just got yourself a little Christmas bonus, but keep it in there because, at the end of the day, you've got to pay Uncle Sam. We live in a great country. We have the opportunity to build businesses, but part of that is you got to pay taxes. But there are ways to minimize your tax bill, which we will briefly talk about. Lastly is your business operating expense account. So, let's say that you own a little online business and you're going to open up this checking account and basically, your website domains, hostings, anything that you need to buy that has to do with your business is going to be ran through this checking account. And then lastly is your personal paycheck, and you're going to put that into a personal account. And that's why I put this little red line around it, because everything that's outside of that red line, the other 4 checking accounts, the business checking account, financial freedom, and tax, that is all under an LLC or corporation. Now, there's tons of tax benefits for setting up LLCs and corporations. I'm going to touch on it briefly, but go talk to your CPA because it's very, very crucial that you do so. But essentially, that's the order that you're going to pay yourself when you get that check in. You're going to go financial freedom, tax account, business operating expense, and then personal. But let's look at this real quick. You now just automatically created yourself a P&L statement. So you have one checking account that has all of your income calculated very easily right there. It has all of your transfers into your financial freedom account, all your transfers into your tax account, business account, and personal card, or link up a credit card to there. You have all your expenses organized right there. Step number 2, when you're talking about, finding an investment, paying yourself first, go open up a brokerage account. So in this example, with the financial freedom account, this can be a checking or savings account, but I recommend just making this a brokerage account. And the reason is because you don't want this money to be easily accessible. You want it to be kind of like out of sight, out of mind in a way, but you want to have control over it, obviously. But essentially, you don't want to be able to log into your Wells Fargo account and transfer this money into another account in a matter of seconds. I want this money in a broker account to where if I want to, cash out and have access to this money, it's going to take me a couple days. The reason behind that is because, there's going to be some point where an expense or an emergency comes up and you need this money, and it's going to be very tempting to use your financial freedom account to cover that expense. But no, you do not want to do that. That's breaking the rules. So you want to find a way to make more money. All right, Vanguard is a great broker to use. It's who I personally use. They have some of the lowest fees. They've been around for a long time. It's one of the most popular ones out there. So go open an account, set up auto transfer for the monthly amount that you want to invest. Pick an investment. So I'm not here to give you investment advice, but I will say that the S&P 500, top 500 market caps of the U.S. economy, that is average 9.8% over the past 90 years. So the previous example, when we did a 10% ROI, 9.8%, that's very close to 10%. So this is a index fund that can get you close to that 10% yield. Understand, some years it's going to be less, some years it's going to be more, but over the past 90 years, it has averaged out to 9.8%. The ticker symbol for that is VOO, so you can simply go look that up. The rule for this account, the money you put in can never be spent, only used to invest. So that's why I said it was very important to set up an account where this money is not easily accessible, because you're not supposed to be spending this money. You're supposed to be, like, seriously, once you put it in there, like, think about it as gone for the next 40, 50 years. You're going to only use this money to invest, because eventually this is the money that's going to be supporting you. All right, so pick a number that you want to invest every month, whether it's 250, 500, 750, or more. Hopefully, you can get it to more and more and more. And then set up a monthly auto draft from your checking account into your brokerage account. That way, you don't even have to think about it. Every month, it's automatically going to take the money out of your checking account and put it into that brokerage account. And then you will simply have to go and move that money into whatever investment that you decide. Now, when it comes to investing, I have tons of trainings on this, but we're not going to get into it tonight because of time purposes, obviously. But take it slow. Make sure you do your research. Do not jump in and out of investments. Treat it like this. Treat it like you have a punch card where you can only make 10 investment decisions in your entire life. So don't waste them. Use them well. All right. We're going to switch gears here. And let's talk about reverse income, aka tax write-offs. Like we said earlier, a lot of people on this call are small business owners, home-based business owners, or looking to become them. But how can you keep more money in your pocket? Well, open up a home-based business. You can file it underneath an LLC, have it taxed as an S corp. That way, it's a pass-through entity, and that is the easiest way to get this thing fully set up. So in the eyes of the IRS, you are a fully functioning business, and now you can treat it just like that. So if you do not have a home-based business, you are seriously wasting so many write-off opportunities because, listen, if you're simply getting paid W-2 and that's it, you have no home-based business or nothing, no way to write stuff off, listen, I love you because you're paying way more in taxes than you should be, and all the business owners, we love you and we support you, but understand, you are overpaying in taxes. It's clear as day, you're overpaying in taxes. All right, so did you know that not all income is taxed the same? Well, when you have a corporation, you can basically decide how you get paid. So if you want to W-2 yourself, if you want to 1099 yourself, if you want to give yourself a salary and then do a shareholder distribution, there's multiple different ways to do it. But simply by having that corporation set up, you actually have control as to how you get paid. Quick example, I have one of my C corporations, I get paid by W-2 from them. And that's simply because I want to go ahead and start, paying my taxes and getting over that tax hump. But for my LLCs that are amended into S corps, I simply, give myself a 1099 and then do a shareholder distribution. And so the point here is that you basically control how you pay yourself. So this results in less taxes you need to pay because you can strategically control your income. And then once you really start to learn this and you have multiple different companies set up, you can move losses and you can move profits from one company to another to basically shift where you need to pay taxes, but that's a whole different level. So let's keep this simple. So how do most people get paid? This is it. They have their income, commissions, checks, however they get paid, and they literally deposit directly into their personal account. So if this is how you are currently set up, you're overpaying in taxes. One, you're overpaying in taxes. Two,
By a lot.
Well, yeah, by a lot. I mean, it's ridiculous, but you're overpaying in taxes. You're not really organized when it comes to it, to be honest with you, because a lot of people just have one savings and one checking and they try to run everything out of there. You got to keep it organized. So this is the majority of people. Let's show you what the wealthy, the super rich do. Okay? They have their income, commissions, and checks get deposited into a business account. So there's multiple different types of businesses you can have. You can have an LLC, and then you can have that LLC amended to an S corp, a C corp, or whatever. For 99% of the people who are starting a business, and especially a home-based business, an LLC amended to an S corp is the way to go. An S corp is a pass-through entity, meaning all the income that goes through that S corp gets passed down into your personal accounts. If you have a C corp is treated, the business is treated as a completely separate entity. So, you have a board of directors, a president, all that kind of stuff, except you actually have to pay double taxes because the actual corporation gets taxed and then whatever money you pay yourself gets taxed. So you're getting double taxed there, but there's other benefits like being able to raise money, take it public, things like that. But an S corp is the way to go for 99% of the people. So, and you can simply open up an LLC and then amend it into an S corp, and that's going to allow you to bypass all those shareholder meetings and documentations you have to do if you have a traditional S corporation. So you are literally going to have your business collect all these checks. You're going to write all your expenses off through this business, and then you're going to pay yourself from this business. So like personally, I literally just write myself a check from my own company. It's kind of funny, but that's just how it works. And so this is kind of the way it goes. Everyone goes, they make money, they pay taxes on that money, and they spend what's left over. But if you want to be in how the rich handle the money, the rich, this is what they do. They go, they make their money, they spend their money, and then they pay taxes on what's left over after they spent it, because a lot of the stuff you spend your money on, you can classify that as a write-off. So the only difference between you and the wealthy is that they have information that you simply don't have, and they've actually applied it. So, if all the wealthiest people in the US control their money this way, the question is, why aren't you? Why aren't you making that change to where you can keep more money in your pocket and actually have a financial foundation that's set up exactly like the wealthy? If your goal is to make a lot of money and become wealthy, yet you don't have your stuff set up like the majority of the wealthy have it set up, you're going to have a hard time. You're fighting an uphill battle. So let me ask you a question. Who here wants to start implementing this into their life right away? Every time I ask this question, everyone's hands go way up. But I then follow up with these people later, and I've come to find out that really not many people have done it because it can be a little complex. So, but if you want to and you haven't already, why is that? Probably because you don't know where to start. That's where a lot of issues come in, is that people simply, they get overwhelmed. They don't know this stuff. So if you have someone that can guide you through, it becomes a lot easier, because at the end of the day, you have two options. Number one, you can spend time and money trying to figure this all out on your own. And tons of people do that. They go through that. I've been spending, over the past 4.5 years, I read a book a month on finances, and I've been studying this stuff for so long and learning from mentors. So it really takes time. But the second option is learn from someone who is already doing it and copy exactly how they do that. So
I'm going for number two.
Number two is kind of obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you're going to choose option number two, I'll tell you this right now. We're excited because you're going to want to join our private group, which is Entourage of Success. We are literally going to go through and walk you step by step in more detail of the things that we trained about this evening.
So, guys, why did we start the Entourage of Success, and what is it? Essentially, for the last 2 years, Matthew and I have traveled all over the country training and speaking on these exact topics. And we have had countless people come up to us personally at events and message us on Facebook Messenger, asking us for guidance, counsel, mentorship in these fields. And we're very busy with our own businesses. And so we're never able to actually truly help people. And we never know who's serious or not. And neither one of us wants to take 10, 15, 20 minutes answering questions for somebody who may or may not actually apply the information. So for us, we basically decided that, what we want to do is we wanted to put together a group where we could help people transform their lives. So for people who become a part of the Entourage of Success, you're going to get access to 2 private Facebook groups where you're going to be getting mentored by Matthew and I on success principles for both network marketing and finances. We're going to be doing multiple trainings per week inside of these groups, hitting on every area of network marketing and financial education. We're going to be the knowledgeable mentors that will answer any and all of your questions right in the group. We're going to be able to share our resources with you inside of these Facebook pages. And you're going to be able to be a part of a community of people who will work with you, motivate you, and hold you accountable for achieving your personal goals in business and finance.
Yeah, and to keep this simple, literally what this is that we put these groups together. We're going to be delivering trainings like this and a lot more in-depth, over-the-shoulder, step-by-step trainings on how to do this. And let's say you have a question. You can simply ask it in that group, and we will answer that question. So it's more of a coaching on exactly how to implement these things in your life right away. That way you can start seeing results. And listen, I can say this extremely confidently. If you apply the financial tactics that I teach, you're going to save thousands and thousands of dollars on your taxes, because I've done it and I've showed people how to do it and they've done it. It's just a very common sense way to use the tax code. And as long as you apply it, you're going to see results right away. So, we want to ask, who here wants to join this group? That is the main question of tonight. Who here wants to join?
We were actually charging $100 per hour for consulting for people who wanted this information. And after having so many people request that, we decided to put together the Entourage of Success.
Yeah, and one of the main reasons for that is one, we were doing this consulting, and I was getting filled up every single week for it. And to be honest, I just loved it. It was fun. I love teaching about this stuff and talking about this stuff. So, we basically said, okay, well, how can we get this information out to more people? Yeah. How can we help more people with this and share this in a more efficient way? That way more people can take it and apply it directly to their lives. So, we have Facebook groups where we mentor people, and we're charging $100 per month for each group right now. And, Ben and I have been thinking, and we decided to work together and basically create a community that could truly transform lives and help people get from where they are to where they want to be. At the end of the day, that's what we're working for. Is we're currently right here. We want to get there, and we want the easiest and the most efficient way to do that. And lack of information is usually what holds people from getting there. It's lack of information and lack of action. So we're going to help with that information and the action.
So we decided to be able to give people access to not one of our groups, but both of our groups for $97 a month. And we already had groups that we were running where we were charging people $100 a month to be a part of it. And people were ecstatic about being a part of those groups and getting the content we put in there. Now, here's the thing. Here's the deal, right? Is we decided that we're only going to let 50 people into these groups.
We want to keep it small. That's the thing.
Our biggest goal here is that we truly want to help the people who see this opportunity and take advantage of it. We want to help them inside of their businesses. We want to help them create more cash flow, create leveraged income, residual income, more advanced commissions. But then we also want to make sure that those people are taking that money and the money they're earning from other sources and allocating it properly inside of accounts that make sense. We want to create a community of people who are truly transforming their lives, and we want to help them get from, like Matt said earlier, where they are right now to where they really want to be, and work with them through those steps and through that process.
Exactly. And listen, we've been doing the consulting, we've had the Facebook group, so we have people who've already been through this and seen success, but we want to keep it small purely for the fact that we can work with these people more and get them results. So, we're going to let the first 50 people, whoever gets in there first, be a part of this. And then, we're going to decide what we want to do from there. But the first 50 people that get involved, you're going to have access to this, and we're going to be able to work with you and get you results moving forward. So, if this is something you want to be a part of, simply, this is what you're going to do. There's a link below. There's a button you can push, and simply click that. It's going to allow you to go create your account and register and everything like that. And then we'll reach out to you and we'll bring you into these groups and give you all the training and show you exactly how the format is set up. But guys, we're excited about this because we want to form this entourage of people who are on the same path as we are, have the same goals, and we're basically going to lock arms and make it happen. So we're looking for the people who are out there and they're go-getters. So, we're going to keep it limited. It's the first 50 people. So the way you do it is there's a link below, or you can go to entourageofsuccess.com/checkout, and then that's going to bring you directly to the page. But, I'm going to leave this up for a second, then we're going to put our camera back on and just chat a little bit more. If you have questions about this, shoot us a message on Facebook. We'd be happy to answer them. But to be honest, we're extremely excited about this.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been having fun with our current Facebook groups. We want to kind of expand them out and really start helping people get results right away.
Yeah, and honestly, with the current Facebook groups, we were putting in a lot of these contents, weekly trainings, and we were getting such a great response from the people inside the groups. And we said, well, hey, how can we make this fun? How can we turn this into a community? And more than anything, to be honest, Matt and I really wanted to work together. Like, we really wanted to work together on something, and we said, hey, you can provide this much value in the network marketing world. You can provide this much value in the finance world. If people put 2 and 2 together, they can set themselves up for absolute financial freedom, time freedom. People can live a life of abundance similar to what we live today, and how much, we don't work, we work for ourselves. And so we decided, why not, on top of all of our businesses, also help other people through the process that we're already doing.
Exactly, and it's literally, it's a good equation. It's so a way you can improve to making the money, and then also what are you going to be doing with the money. So it's kind of like a 1-2 knockout situation when it comes to information, how you can start applying it right away. But again, we're going to keep this limited. I've already seen from my notifications, we've had multiple people sign up for this. So if this is something you want to be a part of, hit the button below, or if the button doesn't seem to work for some reason, just go to this link, entourageofsuccess.com/checkout. And again, we're capping this directly at 50 people. So, entourageofsuccess.com/checkout. And we're going to hang around here. We're going to answer a few questions. I've seen a couple pop in. So let me grab this and go ahead and start answering some of these. But we're excited about this. And listen, this is really just the beginning, because we're going to work with you, get you results, show you exactly how we're doing this stuff. and that way you can apply it directly. So it's a lot more in-depth training on step-by-step over-the-shoulder style training.
Yeah, and really we already have a lot of resources and training materials ready to go that are going to be exclusive for people inside of these groups. So, you're going to get into these groups and there's already going to be content for you to consume, as well as continued training. And here's another reason, a big reason why we did this, is because I've known Matt for 2 years, 2.5 years.
Coming up on 2.5 years.
And for the first year and a half, I heard his training all the time. I heard him talk about finances. He told me everything I needed to know. But for some reason, I would hear it all and I'd say, this is incredible. This is life-changing. I'm going to do this right now and my entire life is going to get better. And then 90 days would go by, 6 months would go by, and I would have done nothing different to change my situation and my circumstance. And I can't explain what it was, but it just happened. And we realized that it was similar for 95% of people.
Well,
so
it comes
creating
down to
a habit.
Law of association.
Law of association.
Yeah.
And that's what it's an entourage, right? We're creating a group of people. Not only is this going to be incredible mentorship for Matthew and I, but the community and that we create inside of this is going to be so much fun. And it's going to be so awesome to be a part of, because this is going to be a group of people who all work together collectively to create their goals and hold each other accountable and make things happen in their life. And so the law of association, you may get to put it in place. You're going to get yourself around people who have what you want, who are doing it the way you want to get it done.
Exactly. And okay, I've gotten some messages from people who've been signing up, and let me just tell you, if you've already signed up, we can see all this on our end. We are going to personally message you on Facebook here in the next 12 hours and then add you into these groups and give you access to the courses, the contents, and things like that. So if you've signed up, just stay patient. You should be getting an email, but we're also going to reach out to you personally and message you.
Give us 24 hours on that, because there seems to be a good amount of messages there.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get it done as soon as we can. But yeah, like I said, we're going to cap it at 50. So, we're excited for this first group of people to come in, and, we're really going to be working on this thing, making it good, growing it, putting more content in there, and basically just expanding this out. And one thing I'm very excited is to hear your feedback. What is it that you want to hear? What is it that you want to learn more about that we can provide value? So, that's going to be a main topic that we're going to be able to talk about, is you simply can ask, hey, what should I do with XYZ? What happens if this comes up? And you can ask these questions in the Facebook group. We will literally answer them and do one-on-one coaching with you. So it's a way to get your questions answered very efficiently, and that way you can get everything set up the right way.
Yeah, and you're going to be able to stay up to date with everything and anything that we are coming up on and working on. So as we continue to make discoveries and advances in our businesses and in our financial setups and in what we have going on, we're going to be able to share that with you. You guys are going to be a part of our entourage. You are literally a part of our group. Being a part of this group, we're going to be like, this is going to be like such a connection and a bond. We're going to have so much fun with this. Like, that's our vision for it. We love to have fun. We both love business. We love being entrepreneurs, but we love to have a good time. If we can't have a good time, then it doesn't interest us, because nobody wants to spend their life, upset or not doing something they love. And so we are going to make sure to make this so much fun for you guys, because we want to have a good time too. And we want to make sure that everybody here is becoming successful, financially stable, and we want to help people just change their life for the better all the way around. One of our mentors, Frank Acoin, says you can never have emotional stability until you have financial stability. And when you think about how so many people lack financial stability, it's no wonder why so few people have that true emotional happiness and stability that they're seeking. And we're just on a mission to really change that. And so the people who are going to be a part of this group, we're going to be working with you hand in hand. And we want to see you get to that ultimate goal for you. What kind of savings account do you want to have? What kind of business do you want to be creating? We want to help you work through that. We want to take you step by step, answering your questions, providing content and value, and just being here as people to hold you accountable.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, it's all about the information you have. And if you have the right information, it cuts out a lot of shortcuts. So there's been multiple times where literally one conversation or one little video or book that I read has saved me thousands of dollars. Or I remember driving, to seminars and spending thousands of dollars on seminars just to get this one nugget that literally transformed my business. And so our goal is to basically share with you those nuggets that you could potentially get And that way it can help you directly in your business. And like I said, I'm excited because it's literally a way to improve your businesses. And then also what are you going to be doing with the money from your improved business? So, it's a 1-2 equation right there. But, again, click the link below. We're filling up. I see the people that have been registered right here. Or go to entourageofsuccess.com/checkout. That's the link right there. Again, guys, we're trying to keep this small at first to really help the people get results. So we're going to close it out. But with that being said, listen, I hope you got a lot of value out of this webinar. The main thing is I hope you actually apply the things that we went over because, listen, if you apply the techniques that Ben taught about when it comes to social media, and if you go and you set up those accounts, just like I said, and automate that savings, you're gonna be well off. You know what I mean? Like that's plenty of value to get you going and get this thing rolling. And if you're just looking for more step-by-step guidance or more information on this, this program is definitely for you. But if it's not, please take the information that we shared this evening and go apply it. Go get results, because at the end of the day, that's really all that matters is, hey, did you get the results? Did you apply the information? So, with that being said, we're going to end the webinar now. Appreciate y'all hopping on here. I know you took the time on this Labor Day. But thank you guys for hopping on here, and we'll talk to you shortly.
Yep, and I'm responding to your messages right now. So appreciate you guys, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Perfect. See you guys.